Finally, finally, James Scott has come back to YouTube live streaming. Um, hey, my Legion, how you all doing today? Well, a very unusual movie review. I had it slated originally for like 12:30 and or 12:50, I think, or something like that. Um, Carrie did a live show. I watched some of it. And I mean, it was okay. I mean, she's fine. Um, the one guy there, I don't like, but she was fine as always. It's very fair. I decided to review a movie, Imps. Now now this is really came out of left field. One of my favorite genres of film are like the sketch movies, and there used to be a whole lot of it back in the day, like Groove Tube. I mean, Tunnel Vision and Kentucky Fried Movie. Those are like the big name ones. And then along the way, there was other ones like Chuck Vincent did a movie called American Tickler. Might have been known. I want to check out IMDb. I think some of these might have been known by other names. Let's see. Because it was American Tickler that had Joe Piscopo in it. A small part. Let's see. I think that might have been known under a different name. I remember a lot of these movies I found out about in Germany. Because I didn't know about I knew about like the Groove Tube and Kentucky Fried Movie. I actually rented that movie because I remember seeing commercials of that while I was a kid. Okay, it's right here. Yeah, Chuck Fitz. Okay, yeah. See, that's weird though, right? They gave that 1 star, 1 point less than Imps, and that was a way better movie, in my opinion. Cause I saw it. That was wow. That was like a three. Well, they give us a 3.7. That's crazy. What else was they have prime time? Well, I saw, like I said, I saw a lot of these movies when I was in the army. I knew a handful of these films. I knew the Groove too because these have ads for that. Well, whenever I went to my uncle's, they had cable, right? I remember checking out the TV guide. I pretty much had stuff memorized that was on there. And a movie called The Groove Tube, which I wanted to see, but it was R-rated, so that was out the window. And they were talking Death Race 2000, that was out the window, stuff like that. Um, well, I made just think I was allowed to see. I wasn't allowed to stay up to watch these movies, to my knowledge. We did see a lot of movies, saw Hot Stuff, Smoking the Band Part 2, More American Graffiti, uh, Urban Cowboy, Rocky 2, and probably some other ones too. I mean, we saw plenty of those ones. We just see the R-rated ones. Well, they would play those late at night, right? I don't know how long they would stay up. I mean, I just did what I was told. And what else was prime time? Let's see what they gave prime time. A lot of these movies I saw while I was in the military. Yeah, prime time. Up 4.9. Okay, they get better. But usually it'd be around like a TV station or something like that. Let's see if some of these other ones I saw. Let's see. I think I saw most of them. I don't know if there's any other sketch ones I've seen though. Okay, that got 4. Sexual News was way better. I got 4.3. Well, let's check out Viewers Christian's Advice. I'll tell you some of the other ones I saw. Well, like I said, the very first one I saw was Kentucky Fried Movie. Right? Yeah. Yeah, that was a way long one. They gave that one as Viewers Christian's Advice is way long, and that was a really painful one to watch. That was from Trauma, you know? Um, I tell you a lot, like I said, a lot of these movies I saw. Hey, Tasty Peanut, how you doing? How you doing, Tasty Peanut? One of my good friends. You're always welcome. Drop the link if I want to come up. I don't know if you ever came up before Tasty Peanut, but you can if you want. Let me go through the movies I've seen of this type. Well, the ones I knew for sure were the Groove Tube, which I didn't see till later on because I thought I wasn't allowed to watch it. I well, I couldn't find it though, or maybe I didn't rent it because it was like 70 minutes. That might have been a big thing. Because when I was a kid, I remember wanting to see Kentucky Fried Movie, and remember Dad got it, and he was so mad how dirty that movie was. There's two scenes. There's two scenes in it. Catholic high school girls in trouble. And then the ending scene, which was dirty. By was both those scenes were dirty, like close to pornographic, because there was like a lot of nudity and sex in there. I mean, it was the way it was. It was close to X rated, just like with Groove Tube. Um, it's supposed to be like that. Because that was from Kentucky Fried Movie, the same people that made Airplane, and then like a few years later, they saw Airplane. I'll never forget when I getting Kentucky Fried Movie. I was telling people I love that movie, along with like Bloodsucking Freaks or Evil Dead. And they said the guy said they were trying to find Bloodsucking Freaks. They didn't find it, so they found Evil Dead. I was like, I'm glad they found Evil Dead because they probably would hate Bloodsucking Freaks. And then there's one guy was, oh, that's the best thing I've ever gotten. He hated it. Most people liked Evil Dead though. Um, and then a Kentucky Fried Movie. And my one friend said, because I was going to rent a Kentucky Fried Movie again, my one friend said, I refused to watch anything called Kentucky Fried Movie. I mean, like, when I was in the military, all these people are against comedy, though. I even saw it with, um, a long time ago with Phil and them when I was talking about, like, Jackass or Blazing Saddles. The big thing, Blazing Saddles wasn't funny, or Bathroom Humor's not funny. The huge big thing about that. I remember talking with Asbury about that, too. It was just like, I mean, I love comedy there. I mean, like, while I was in the Army, people against, like, Laurel and Hardy, Three Stooges and stuff. That shit's funny. Like, oh, it's stuff from the 1920s. Ain't funny at all. And there was a show that, at 10 o'clock, um, on Saturdays, because I remember if you had to work on a Saturday, they used to have, like, Star Trek, and then there's people who hated Star Trek, though, right? There's one girl who hated Star Trek. And then they replaced with Kung Fu, and they hated that. And then there was, like, they had a Laurel and Hardy hour, and they really hated that. I thought Laurel and Hardy stuff was funny, especially with Dog Named Laughing Gravy. That stuff was funny, man, for the most part. Not every episode of Laurel and Hardy stuff is funny, but most of them are. Anyways, there was always like this big thing against comedy. No, this stuff's not funny. I don't think this stuff's funny. Or like Monty Python. I remember getting some Monty Python stuff, and they showed like animations, and guys said, "Oh, I thought this was funny. And when I was in third grade, this thing's not funny. This might have been funny when I was in third grade. It's not funny now." Like all these snobbish people. Just like I know my mother was not it. My dad liked a lot of the comedy though, right? And he loved Jackass, so he knows some of it was gross. I admit it though. Some was gross. Yeah, don't ever watch Jackass where you eat. Trust me. Well, my mother was like, she wasn't comedy. She's like, I don't find that the least bit amusing. And she was like a snob though. She still is, But I mean, that's the way she was. She turned her head up. Dad and I enjoyed her laugh, and she goes, "I don't find that the least bit amusing." That's the way she said it. She asked my sister about it too. Anyways, with these movies, usually I didn't watch these with the Chuck Fried movie was bad enough because he was pissed at how dirty it was that one scene, and then he left. He didn't watch the rest of the movie. And I love Kentucky Fried Movie. It's probably one of the best of the movies, though. But it was really dirty back then. 'Cause I remember wanting to see it when I was in second grade. Cause I love the scene where like the guy was in the newsroom and this ape busted through the newsroom stuff like that. Man, I want to see this movie really bad. And I can just imagine them taking me when I was like in second, third grade when I was a little kid, because the movie's pretty dirty though. But it was R-rated though, so I didn't see it till later on. And I remember renting it. My dad saying how dirty it was. And then he didn't appreciate the other. I don't think he thought anything else was funny. But a lot of stuff was funny. But he was really weird with that. Like, Jesus Christ. All right. Get blocked again, asshole. Hi. Hi, Dory. You want to come up? Oh, I know it's probably late. But I have the link if you want to come up. I'm reviewing a very bizarre. Cause usually you know me for reviewing like obscure movies and stuff. If you like movies like Kentucky Fried Movie and I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. If you want to come up, I got the link. I know it's probably late where you're at. Well, I mean, well, there's a different time zone, but you can come up if you want. I mean, the offer's there. Um, yeah, I'm reviewing a very unusual movie. If you've seen stuff like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. Maybe it's offered, yeah. Oh, it's okay at 10 a.m. Okay, I know it's just weird. The time zone is weird. It's 10 a.m. here. Okay, yeah, I got to go to. I got an appointment today, so you know, I try to get a little more sleep. Um, but the movie I'm here to review is called IMPS. Now, IMPS is I didn't know about this movie ever existing because I was talking about like the sketch movies, like Kentucky Fried Movie, television prime time stuff like that. This heard about this last night. I saw ads for it on Tubi. Right, I checked it out because I'm just curious about it. Yeah, you can tell the future. Yeah, oh, you tell the future. Awesome, awesome. That's so cool. I mean, can I say something? I think you and the Asbury are really cool people. And I mean, people say like, oh, that's all they have love of Jason. Hey, I'm happy to have both of you. You're good people, you really are. And you tell the future, awesome. Um. Anyways, uh, it's called Imps. Now, when the title name Imps, I thought it was like one of those knockoffs of Gremlins. Like they had Ghoulies, Munchies, Spookies, um, Hobgoblins, which was awful. You know, Troll wasn't really a knockoff of that. That was something completely different. That was just one character though in that movie. Um, by then, people remember the sequel Troll 2 had nothing to do with the first Troll. And anyways, it stands for Immoral Minority Picture Show. It's like they would be a little too clever for no good because this is one of the I like you too. Yeah, who cares about that? Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. Well, I don't like them saying stuff about you, but yeah, I don't like what they say about you though, because they don't know the person I know. Anyways, this turned out to be one of those sketch shows. Like they have like different skits and stuff with a whole lineup of a whole all-star cast, probably one of the biggest casts of all of these. Usually, like with Kentucky Fried Movie, they have a couple people like Donald Sutherland or Bill Bixby. But they had a ton of people in this one that I knew of, like TV actors and stuff. I even tell you who they are, including Rich Hall. I never see Rich Hall in a movie, except for $1 Million Mystery, right? And let's see, let's go through the people in the movie. I mean, there was okay. I mean, they had a ton of people, usually like B movie actors or actresses or TV stars. Like Linda Blair was in there. Uh, some of these people I remember, but I don't remember that well. Colleen Camp, John Carradine, Marilyn Chambers, porn star turned actor, Sybil Danning, Julie Duffy. Really cool seeing her in the movie. And usually I see her like in Newhart or Designing Women or what was the other one? Baby Talk, which I thought Baby Talk was great. That only lasted one season. I remember seeing that in the army. Rich Hall, he doesn't have a photo on IMDb. That's sad. Deborah Harmon, uh, David Lander. They had David Lander and Mike McKeon on from Lenny Squiggy, and they did a thing where they played good Nazi, bad Nazi in one segment. Audrey Landers was in a couple of segments. Meadowlark Lemon, a favorite basketball player, was in Man on the Moon. Ed Marinero was in Worst Fears. William Sanderson from Newhart. Peter Scolari from Newhart and Booster Buddies. PJ Souls from Rock and Roll High School and Halloween. Wendy Jo Sperber from like Booster Buddies. Jennifer Tilly, Jimmy J.J. Walker, Fred Willard, Keenan Wynn, Tracy Ficarro. Let's see. I'm looking at everybody. Some of these people I know the face, I just didn't know the name. I mean, they had Fred Willard was in it. I mean, a whole star lineup of people. Usually, they don't have this many stars in a movie. I mean, but I mean, they might not be. They're noticeable to me though. Oh, I want to show you something, Dory. I want to show you something. Hold on, real quick. I guess that's it. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of people. Check this out. I know they do. Yeah, I know they do. Yeah, that was horrible though. Yeah, I mean, nothing but lies about me. I was never kicked out of the military, anything like that. Yeah. Oh, can I show you something there's something I want to show you. I'm not being. Hold on. Hold on. I'll take a second. Uh, that Liquid Death, right? That drink I endorse, right? I do video reviews of, right? I guess Spinal Tap. I might have said to you, Spinal Tap is endorsing them, right? Now, what they have now is because they had that big movie out, Spinal Tap 2, Legend Continues. They had Rob Reiner was in the commercial. They had like all three of the guys, like Mike McKeon, the two on Nigel Tufnell and the other guy. And they said it goes to 11. They have like this big thing of mountain water for Liquid Death, and they have like this can, and there's 11 cans in there, and each can is signed by each member of the band. Guess how much they want for it? I mean, they charge outrageous prices for merchandise and for Liquid Death. But I mean, this is beyond the pale. I thought it was a joke when I saw this because it was bad enough with the Aussie stuff was like $500 a can that he drank. Well, let me show you. I'll take a second. I'm looking. Okay, right here. Here it is. Let me show you. Shit. Right. This is how much they want for it. I thought it was a joke. I swear to God, it was a joke, but it's not. This is what they want for this can. Okay, I got. Hold on. It'll take me a second. Sorry, I'm taking so long. I need to show Azray too if you get a chance. I want to show people to know about this. I mean, this is outrageous. Okay, this is what. Oh, I got to go back. This is what they want for it. $1,100. I mean, it's a pack like that with Spinal Tap all over it. Okay, it's like the collection is just 11 cans of the Liquid Death Mountain Water, right? It's signed by David St. Hubbins, Nigel Tufnell, and Derek Smalls themselves. There are only 11 in existence. Get yours before you spontaneously combust. $1,100. That's outrageous. I mean, if it was $111, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I think that's outrageous, though. Oh, it's already sold out? Jesus Christ. My sister said people will buy that stuff. I didn't know one's going to spend that much money. I guess they did. I know. Isn't that crazy? I got to post that on one of my posts. Because they were talking about Ozzy Osbourne, like, before he passed, sadly, right? He was drinking things I know. I mean, if it was $111, maybe. But that much? That's crazy, though. We've all had times when we were short of money. We wish we won the lottery, stuff like that. I sure as hell would have spent it on this. That's crazy, though. I mean, I got post that though. The commercial, if you get a chance, the commercial is funny though. But I mean, that's outrageous. Because my sister said, you'd want to get that. I said, hell no, that's outrageous though. I wouldn't pay that much money. Just like Tool. No, it doesn't. No, it's just water. You're just buying water. That's it. No cart, no nothing. Just like Tool was selling that skull that had a fetus in it, not a real fetus. It was like a piece of artwork, right? And they made like so many of them, like 500, right? And there was like maybe like 300 for like $1,500, and then there was like 200 they were selling that were signed by the band. They wanted $5,000 for that. Yeah, I mean that's just dumb. I can't believe that shit though. I mean, even people like I mean that what a foolish purchase that is. I mean, I love Spinal Tap. I ain't paying that much money, and it's sold out. I can tell my sister she was right. I said no one's going to spend that much money. She said, "Yeah, they're going to sell. They're going to be sold." I mean, they're selling like. I mean, that's just crazy though. I got to do it. I got. Oh my god, I can't believe that. I got to. And they're sold out too. Let me take a screenshot of this. That's live stream of mine. I want to post that on thing right here. And that's just crazy though. That's crazy. Well, I'd do it different. Well, I'll do this one too. Well, I'll do the other one. But there's only 111 in existence. But I mean, that's just out of my mind, insane. I had no idea. Yeah, it is obscene. I mean, I like Liquid Death, but they charge way too much for the merchandise. Way too much. I mean, I don't mind when I review a product from them. I usually it's just one and done, and that's it. Oh, you're welcome. Might want to let show you that. Yeah, make sure to show Azrael. Tell him about that. I had to share. I mean, because it wasn't what the video was going to be about, but I'm glad you're here, so I wanted to share it with somebody. I told my sister about it. I share with some guys on Facebook, but I got to I got to do a skit. I got to do something about that too. I mean, I think that's just so obscene, though. Made you a video about it too. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, that's just so crazy, though. But it got sold out. Yeah, no less. Oh no. The 11 was the joke was the joke was about 11 was they have like their speakers right, and it's the volume goes to 11. That's a big joke though, because like they say these are one louder. Usually, if you have a thing for speakers, they'll go to 10. This goes to 11. That's what it goes one louder. That's the joke. Yes. Did you see that? Yeah, that's the joke. Did you see that, Miller? That movie? No, but check this out. They won $1,100 for this. I mean, this doesn't revolve around the movie. I know I'm getting distracted with my movie review, but I had to show Dari this. Spinal Tap is hooking up with Liquid Death, right? Because they're doing that Spinal Tap 2 movie, right? There's a special box made with 11 pack with 11 cans because they did the whole thing about going to 11, right? And it's signed by 3 members of the band. Yeah. Oh, why? I mean, I got reviews for it though. They want $1,100 for that stuff. I mean, I got liquid. I have some more Liquid Death reviews coming. You know, yeah, I ordered some more Liquid Death though for like their version of their can and stuff. But no, check that out though. $1,100. Yeah. Oh, you have a nice birthday. Oh, never go full R. Oh yeah. Oh no, I would never get that. But I did buy some Liquid Death to review in the future. Yeah. Oh. Oh, you have a nice birthday? Oh, you working on some film videos? Did you see? I did a birthday video for Miller too. Thought that was nice. I thought more people would wish him a happy birthday. I just thought that Taco Bell. Well, that was cool. That thing from Denny's, they gave you a full breakfast, though. That was cool. I think Taco Bell should have gave you along with that drink. They should have gave you soft shell taco thing, cinnamon twists for your birthday. That would be cool. Yeah, I did a birthday video. Oh, let me. I'll play it for you right here. Okay, let me find it. I'll play it for you right here since you're here. I mean, it's just a short video. Let me find it real quick. I mean, that's outrageous. So $1,100. I mean, I like Spinal Tap, but no way, man. No way. Okay, I did. Hold on, I'll take a second to find it. Okay, I'll play. I mean, it's a little short video. Okay. I used a screenshot you for the thumbnail. Okay. Here's a happy birthday video for you. Hold on. Okay. I filmed it outside yesterday while I was waiting for stuff. Okay, well let me show it to you. Stop sharing this. Hold on. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. I want to show it to you. It takes me a second. They screwed everything up on here because usually if you share screen, you press it on what you want to share and hit share. It automatically shares it. Now you have to go back on StreamYard and share it. So you have to do an extra step. And here it is. I just filmed it on the porch, right? Okay, let me make it bigger. Here you go, buddy. Oh, you're welcome. It's only like 30
Yeah, I wanted to wish a very happy birthday to Jedi Miller.
right, hold on. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I wanted to wish a very happy birthday to Jedi Miller. Um, we've had sometimes a back and forth type thing on YouTube sparring and stuff, but all that's over and done with. I thought it was cool we got that free drink at Taco Bell. In a way, I think Taco Bell should have made like a little birthday meal. Something on your birthday, just a little like a promotional thing. Like you get your drink, then you get maybe like a soft shell taco and a cinnamon thing of cinnamon twist. What twist? That'd be kind of neat too. But happy birthday, Miller. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jenna Miller. Happy birthday to you. All right.
Here you go, buddy. I just did a little video because I had a lot. I have much room on the SD cards. Oh, I know. I have two, Dari. I know. They are fake. They're all fake. They're all fake. All of them are fake. You're welcome. I hope you liked it, buddy. I just had to make it kind of short. I had to clear my SD card. I hope you had a nice birthday though. Anyways, like I said, there was a whole bunch of stars in that movie, like Meadowlark Lemon, Letty Squiggy doing the good Nazi, bad Nazi in that movie, IMPS, which is the Moral Minority Picture Show, and they're trying to be like Kentucky Fried Movie, but a lot of these skits didn't make sense. It starts off with like they said, Surgeon General said you shouldn't have sex with laboratory animals. That wasn't funny. Then we'll see this guy like going around the corner with a boom box, and then there's different degrees of it. And then they shot this picture in the office saying, "Hello, you want this one guy? Well, he's tied up at the moment." And then you see him, yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, you're okay. Oh, so wait, well, oh, I don't blame you. I'd go. I mean, hey, I wish we had a resort like that too. I don't blame you for going to a resort. That'd be awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, they said, let's see when they talk to the guys. Oh, he's tied up at the moment, and then you see him like tied up with him. I knew that was going to be the joke. And then they go off to Linda Blair, right? And they're talking about Linda Blair, like just when you thought you shouldn't do this or do that. They used to make fun of movies called "Don't Go in the House," "Don't Answer the Phone," "Don't Open the Window," "Don't Open the Door," and they said like she was told not to open the door, and she did it anyways. And she said, "I'm going to do what I want to do." And she was actually really cute in the scene. But something that didn't make any sense. It was like she was told, "Don't go in the woods," and she went there anyways. I'm going to go where I want. That's what she was saying. She was very cute when she was doing it, though. She was acting all silly and stuff. And then you see Jason come out, and he had a walker chasing her, stuff like that. It was kind of funny. It was called "Don't Scream on My Face." I mean, it didn't make a whole lot of sense, but she made it cute, though. I mean, she was kind of adorable in that scene. Um, like there was other scenes that didn't make any sense. There was because I didn't laugh that much in this movie, And the movie was made in 1983, and it never got released till 2008, 2009. I guess the Sound of Shelf. It had an all-star cast. It Sound of Shelf like 2008, 2009. And it was like, but they had like Lenny Squeaker were on there. Rich Hall was on there. The Rich Hall bit didn't make any sense either. He was like, it was supposed to be a commercial for some guy that was singing music to his best hits. The thing is, he would hiccup during the title of the song, and he would do it. It wasn't that funny though. There was those scenes when he was a little kid talking to these girls, but it wasn't funny. But it was nice to see Rich Hall in another movie. I always was a big fan of Rich Hall. You know, he was one of those guys that had success, but he never really made it to the big time. Just like Richard Jennings. Richard Jennings, like I know Bill Maher was really upset because he ended his life. Richard Jennings, he was on commercials and stuff. I think the last time I saw him was he was one of the hosts on that New Year's Eve show. I remember Dad was laughing. They said, "Well, we're in New York waiting for the ball to drop," and you know what that means? It means Lorena Bobbitt's in town. My dad started laughing. That was the last appearance I saw of him. I know Bill Maher was really upset because his fellow comedian, like, he didn't think he'd still be doing like being in the improv. He thought he'd be a much bigger star right now. And he ended his life, because it's got to be tough for comedians and stuff. I think I'm funny. I mean, I'm proud of what I created here. I appreciate people who appreciate my humor like Carrie does. I know that. I agree with you though. Yeah, I agree with you that they make up so many lies though, and if people are dumb enough to believe them though, say I got kicked out of the military, I never got kicked out of the military. I want to have benefits. I want to have any benefits at all. I mean, I want to have VA or nothing like that. You're pretty much on your own. I mean, I think you can. I don't. Even if you quit or something or like dishonorable discharge, no benefits, no nothing. I mean, that's it. I mean, I had those benefits. I'm able to go to the VA, which is great, even though it could be better. I mean, they dropped the ball on some stuff. I have an appointment, and they did call me once again. When I go there to say I have an appointment, they better know I'm in the system, though, because they didn't do that with orthopedics either. So I mean, that's kind of weird. Um, but IMPS, I mean, I'm all over the place with this review, right? A lot of stuff just didn't make sense in the movie. There's a scene with this very attractive woman. I don't know who she was though. She didn't look familiar to me. She was talking about like this. She saw this cute guy, and she said she was going to keep it secret and stuff. And they kind of like had a relationship, and then it goes, and then I told two friends, and they told two friends, and they told two friends, and they told two friends, and so on and so on and so on, like that commercial. That was a joke. It wasn't funny. One of the things I mean, I like the Linda Blair part. One of the things I did think was funny was right after there was a little skit where like this kid was eating, and he said, Timmy, you got to eat all your food. He goes, oh, Mom, there's kids starving in China? Then they show like the same set, because this was done on the cheap, right? And there was like an Asian family, like a Asian kid, or a Chinese kid, a Chinese mom saying, hey, he's eating, the kid's eating with the chopsticks, eating his noodles. And the mom said, hey, you've eaten enough. And he goes, oh, Mom, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Grow up, be a fat American? I thought that was funny. I thought that was clever. Most of the movie wasn't that clever, but right on that spot, they started doing like doing real ads and stuff. Like, I mean, this girl was talking about, I think it was PJ Souls. I can't remember who it was in that one scene. One of them did a scene for oh, what the hell was it? Diet Cola, right? And she said, this is the best Diet Cola I ever had in my life. And even if I mean, it's flavorless cola, right? And if you add a little bit of sugar, it's even better. Which I thought was funny. I can't find it. Oh, what was the one that was the soda one? Was it PG Souls maybe for Halloween? Cause Mary Wendy Joe Sperber from Boots and Bunnies was in that movie show too. It was cool seeing Metal Like Lemon in it. And when the segment with that was they had like Keaton Win, it was like set in NASA. They had Keaton Win some other guy, right? And they was Keaton Win said, I don't know what's such a big deal about having like the first black person in space. And then you saw like JJ Walker, who did Dynamite, was in the thing. He was saying like stuff. And I don't know what you guys are saying. I don't know what you guys are saying. Then Metal Like Lemon, who's the work, came in and said, well, he just saying it's nice to see you. And they were talking back and forth kind of. They ripped that off of Airplane, the whole thing with Ebonics and the subtitles and stuff. That's when they ripped it off of, you know. It's nice seeing Metal Like Lemon. You don't see him in movies or anything like that. I haven't seen him. I think he passed away. I'll never forget. When I was a little kid, they had something called Metal Like Lemon gum. Right? It was like usually it would have Bazooka Joe be like a penny, and then like Metal Like Lemon gum was a nickel. I said, Dad, can we have some of this Metal Like Lemon gum? He said no. He said it's too much money. He would get me Bazooka Joe as a penny. Sometimes. Sometimes. He's really cheap back then. And then I went. I was mad. I took a couple pieces, and I was like 4 or 5. I shared it with my cousin Eric. I mean, like I took like a handful. I took like 4 or 5 pieces. You know, I gave one to Eric, and I had one. I mean, I was like 4 years old, and I think I told my dad years later. Said I thought you did something like that. 'Cause I know he was so mad at me. It was our Chelix because I had a heavy with a coat on, right? And we're going through the aisle. I actually brushed a thing of pickles with my coat and fell and smashed on the ground. And then the guy made my dad pay for it. I thought he was gonna beat the shit out of me, my dad, for doing that. Or like with bubble gum, there was something called a bubble burger, right? I remember getting this. It was like a bubble gum shaped in the form of a burger, like different patties. It had like a little plastic thing, like Big Mac, right? It was a quarter. And my dad was yelling and screaming about to buy that. He said, don't you eat that all one bite. I paid a quarter for that. And then my dad said he never did any of that shit. Yeah, he did. And he was bitching because it was like cost a quarter. You're welcome. But I mean, they were cheap. Though. I mean, why? Well, and nowadays, like my dad was alive, said I'd do anything my grandkids or something like that. But I mean, they were cheap and mean back then. Well, it was just a quarter though. I mean, it wasn't like a penny or like a nickel. I remember getting a couple of those when I was a kid. When I was out Chelix too, which became which was around for a long time. It was Ochelix for a while. Cause we had like 3 different grocery stores where I was at locally. It was like Surefine, Golden Dawn, and Ochelix. And then they had something called Red Wagon that was in the late 2000s because like Golden Dawn and O'Chelli's became Jim and Sue's, and then it closed down, right? It became a car wash. They did a lot of neat stuff. They had a takeout window. I thought Jim and Sue's was very innovative. They had takeout window. You get tacos and stuff through there. Dad would really go through. He's like, I ain't eat that shit. I ain't eat that shit. I ain't eat that shit. I mean, I want some. So I would go there, get stuff. My dad, he was just horrible though. I mean, he didn't make any sense at all. And they were very innovative. I was shocked to see that they closed down because they had a Jim and Sue's pizza place, and they also owned that grocery store. They shut down, and then Jim and Sue's had a small place that was became Irma's pizza shop, and then that became Main Street Cakery, right? And then Main Street Cakery wanted to expand, right? Because they were doing somewhat good business. They were selling these flyers and stuff. It would be like homemade breads and sandwiches. I ate there one time. I thought it was kind of expensive. And they wanted to expand their business. And then they said that that one town's not a good place to have a business. So they moved to Fairview and they gave them money. And then they boomed. They have like 2 or 3 locations now. I mean, the business there didn't do very well, but they boomed and then it became Grandma's Country Cooking. I've went there a lot of times. It's really small inside the place, though. I remember inviting my mom one time and my sister there one time. The food was fantastic. It really was good. And I could, I mean, I paid for my mom. You know, my mom doesn't want to go anywhere. I think I invited her for something. This was ages ago. Um, for breakfast though, I thought the breakfast was really good. And then that got closed down because he got scammed by some people. And then it became Tim's Creamery. And I did a couple of reviews from there. One famous one with a solo YouTuber, and then that closed down and became Good Times Bar Grill and Chill, which is pretty good though, and they have some really good options there. I haven't had anything there this year though, but they're really good. They really are. Um, I'm all over this place with this movie. IMPS, Immoral Minority Picture Show. That's what it's called. Like I said, it has all-star cast, mostly people in TV and B movie actors like Sybil Danning, PJ Souls. Oh, who else was in there? I can't remember who was in the soda thing. Yeah, the PJ Souls. Oh yeah, PJ Souls and soda. Okay. Oh, they had Peter Scolari, William Sanderson, for who was in a bunch. Ed Marinero, Michael McKean, like I said, Marlock Lemon. It's shocking. Rich Hall does not have a photo for IMDb. I don't know why. I don't know why. He was a great. I like Rich Hall. Uh, God, he doesn't have a bunch of acting credits. You know, but he was in other movies besides that. He was in something called Bad Shit. I never saw. Butt Fighters. I never saw. Blue Healers. I never saw one TV episode of that. And Imps, but he was on other shows too. What about $1 Million Mystery? He's in that movie. That's bullshit though, because he's in other stuff though. I mean, maybe he has two different entries. That's weird. Cause I will always champion Rich Hall. I don't know if he's still alive or not. He might be, because he was doing he was doing the whole big talk show circuit, everything like that. You know. Now it's just like the '80s that he was on Fridays. He was on Saturday Night Live. Um. Well, let me go before I get too ahead of myself. Um. I think of all the shows of this ilk, I think this is probably one of the lesser ones. It's right up there with viewer discretion is advised. The Trauma one, which is way over long. Usually these movies are like 70 minutes to 85 minutes. You know, usually it's way long, an hour 45 minutes. It's tough to get through. I think this is right up there, right neck and neck with this one. And there was one called Video Vixen, which I loved. Well, that was a longer one. It was like the world's first porno Academy Awards, which I thought that was funny. That movie's funny. It's very entertaining. That was a trauma movie too. That I found out just by accident in Germany. I remember seeing it with my dad. I mean, with my friend Scone in there. I bet you Rich Hall has two entries in here. Yeah, he has two different entries in here. That's bullshit, though. See, that's not right, though. Rich Hall's Red Menace. Okay, I mean he's a writer and actor. Let's go to actor though. And he did one episode extraordinary, but he never hit the big time. Christmas #1, The Poet, Alien from Earth, 5 episodes. Brave New World, 2 episodes. Thunder Girl, Birds Are Go. The last thing I seen him in was Otis Crenshaw. He had a character named Otis Crenshaw that I guess he got awards for that show. I remember seeing it on Cinemax. It was okay. It was like he did like a Brutus Springsteen type thing that he got accolades for, you know. But he never really hit the big time. He got nominated for an Ace Award for writing a comedy series, not necessarily the news. Yeah. One of the special classified outstanding individual achievement writers for the Dave Letterman show back in 1981. That was his morning show. I always liked Rich Hall. He never gets respect he deserves. You say Rich Hall, like, who the hell's that? You know? I always thought he was good. He was on Saturday Night Live. He was on Fridays, the Dave Letterman morning show. And he never really made the big time. He was a writer, though. Oh, he's an episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Oh, he's a Chud 2, Bud Chud. How about that? One Crazy Summer's in that. Oh, he did Police Academy too. I forgot about that. Yeah, Street Punk. Oh, there's Imps right there. Friday's a TV series. That was it. But he never got the respect he deserved, in my opinion. But like I said, I think Imps is like at the bottom of the list as far as movies like this go. It was a chore to get through. I kept falling asleep. I had this plan to do like 12:50. Cause I was watching Carrie, and then like I just couldn't stand hear JB anymore. So I tuned out. Carrie's fine though. I like Carrie very much. And she's very fair and she likes my jokes. So that's good. I think Carrie's a class act, you know. I really do. And she's very nice. And I feel bad of what she's going through. And she had a dream about me too, and she's worried about my health. And a dream where I passed away, and she said it hurt her heart. So I mean, bless her for that too. I mean, I'm trying to do better. I'm going to the VA tomorrow too, to get some stuff done. Um. Anyways, like I said, this is at the bottom of the barrel. Well, I mean, I think maybe it's right there with viewer discretion is advised because that's tough to get through. This one is too. At least this one has an all-star cast. Like Julie Duffy, I'd never seen her in a movie before, like ever. Well, let me look to make sure I haven't. Because I remember her from Newhart. I guess she was in the later on episodes of Designing Women, and she was in the show Baby Talk. I thought Baby Talk was a great show. I used to watch that one in Germany. No, I was in Fort Bragg. And I know my friends said, "Oh my God, who's that?" Julie Dowd said, "She's hot. She is." I mean, she's doing stuff now though. But I don't remember seeing her in the movies though. I mean, she was in. I mean, she's still around doing work though. She got a lot of work. I don't remember seeing anybody too intolerable cruelty. I don't think I saw that. Um, Let me see the name of other movies I've seen her in. I don't think I've seen her in any movies. Oh, she's in Granddaddy Daycare. I never saw that one. I don't think I ever saw Daddy Daycare either. Let's see. Can I just think of her on TV from just those shows I said? Newhart. They don't have Baby Hawk in there. Deciding with okay. 163 episodes of Newhart. That's such a good show. Let's see. Can I just think of her as a TV actress though? She was in that one. That might have been the only movie I've seen her in. It was cool seeing John Carradine again too. Just one segment. Let's see. Oh, she's in the show. Oh, she's in 5 episodes of the show Passions. Okay. Um, Mostly TV stuff. Oh, she's in Dumb and Dumber with Harold Met Lloyd. I never saw that one. Oh, Charlotte's Web too was the voice. Oh, well, I guess she did do some movies, but I never seen her in a movie before. I don't think. So I'm looking through this. I never saw what Harold Met Lloyd, Dumb and Dumber, the officially second movie of that. Yeah, Baby Talk. I thought Baby Talk was good. It got 3.9. I like that show. Love Boat. I guess they did like a reboot of Love Boat too. I never knew that. There's Imps right there, which I saw. Let's see. She was in the movie Wacko, which I never seen. I gotta watch that sometime. That was that. I think Dice's first movie about a serial killer or something like that. Oh no, she was in Battle Beyond the Stars, but I remember seeing that as a kid, but I didn't know who she was at the time, so I would have known that. Just like I remember seeing as a kid, I remember when Star Wars came out, and everyone was freaking out about it. And Mark Hamill was a big star. And there was a movie on CBS called Corvette Summer, starring Mark Hamill. So I was like, well, I can't see Star Wars, but I might watch this. Mark Hamill did it. I loved the movie. And then years later, I watched it again, and Annie Potts from Designing Women was in it. I never knew who she was at the time. So Battle Beyond the Stars is really good. Cisco and even put it on a Dogs a Week, of course. Let's see. Anything else? That's about it. I guess they brought back Love Boat. I had no idea. I didn't watch it though. I don't know if I would have watched it. I remember when Love Boat first came out. I remember watching the 2 hour movie of that with my parents and loving the show. Yeah, Love Boat: The Next Wave. Well, I had no idea. Robert Urich, Kyle Howard, Corey Parker. Wow. Retired Naval Commander Jim Kennedy is divorced, has a teenage son. He takes over the famous cruise ship where he and his crew tackle different scenarios with different passengers every week. Never saw the show. Got 4.6. There was only 25 episodes of it, but it's cool though. Let's see if who was in it. Let's see if there's any other stars besides Robert Urich and I don't know who Kyle Howard is, but I know Robert Urich, of course, from a whole bunch of shows, including Ice Pirates, which I loved. But I give Imps, I give that like a 3 out of 10 just because of the star power and because of the couple of skits I liked. That's it. I think I give viewer discretion advice a little bit lower, like a 2, because that had no stars. It was like tougher to get through than this other one, because it's way too long for a movie. See if there's anyone else I recognize, though. Oh, Kurt Armstrong, the guy who played Booger in there, he's in this. I don't recognize anyone else. I think that's who played Booger. I think. I bet you it was from Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah. Okay, that's him. I recognize him, but I don't recognize anyone else. Usually they have like real stars on the show. That's weird, though. I mean, that's probably why it didn't last. I'm gonna look through here. Corey Parker. I mean, I'm not the best with names and stuff, though. But see if there's anyone else I recognize. Oh, Kadeem Hardison. He was in okay episode of it. But usually, if there'd be like a whole lineup of people on the show, familiar names. C. Thomas Howell, okay. Will Wheaton, okay. Oh, the very lovely Lisa Ann Walters, okay, cool. Julie Haggerty, okay. Carla Montalban, that's cool. Because this is like in the late 90s, I think. Marion Ross, okay. Dick Van Patten, okay. Vicki Lawrence, okay. Julie Duffy, once again, yep. Okay, they had some people there, but I mean, they had more people before. Lisa Ann Walters, I think, is beautiful. But no, they did brought the show up there. She was in, I remember she had a TV show called Wild Thing on Fox. That's how I knew about her, you know? Oh, she did Glow, one episode of that, Bruce Almighty. Kind of, she did like, I think she's at Abbott Elementary right now. 71 episodes, dang. But I mean, I knew it from that show. That's how I knew about her. I remember there was an episode um, of My Wildest Dreams. Oh, was that it? On Fox? I thought it was a Wild Thing. Really? That was a show? I thought it was called Wild Thing. Huh. God, I thought it was called Wild Thing. I swear to God it was. Because it was on Fox, I think. Episodes. Let's look at the episodes. Okay. Okay, that is okay. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the show. I could have sworn it was called Wild Thing. Maybe it had to change the name. Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's the one. That's what I remember from the show. Yep, okay. That's what I remember from the show. Yep, that's the one. Hmm. I wonder if that's. Let's just see if I can find that on here. Cause the I remember that one. Let's see. Poker game. I swear when back then it was called a wild. Oh shit! What am I doing? Hold on. Okay. Play the middle of the video. Okay. Let's see. Poker game. I think it was my one. I believe it was called Wild Things though. I bet maybe they got in trouble for calling it Wild Thing though. Okay, let's see. Okay, late 1995. I didn't know it was that late though. That's how I found at least Ed Walters. I bet they. I thought it was called Wild Thing. That's why I screwed it up. Okay. But like I want to tell you about some other movies on this thing I was telling you about, yeah. Like I said, I barely have anyone to watch it now. It's okay. Um let's go through some of the other movies. Okay. Like I said, Kentucky Fried Movie. I mean, these are the skit comedy shows. 'Cause like I said, I knew about Kentucky Fried Movie and Groove Tube. I always want to see Groove Tube. I didn't see it till I was in Germany. Like I said, we rented Kentucky Fried Movie because that's the one that I really wanted to see first as a kid. And we finally saw Dad was all mad about it because it was dirty, you know. Let me hold on. You know, a whole bunch of stuff doing it on at once. I like doing live streams. People say, "Are you doing live streams late night?" No, it's just the way it worked out. All right, I'm back. I had to pee. Um, like I said, this is one of my favorite genres of movies. I was very happy to find this movie. It wasn't very good. It was kind of boring, but it had a bunch of famous stars and stuff. I might even give this. I'll still give it a 3 out of 10. You know, there. I remember there was one skit where like this guy was in the bar with this other guy, and they were talking, and And he said, "Boy, this girl over there, she's really nice. I kind of like her." He said, "Oh, why don't you go say something to her? What's the worst that can happen?" And anyway, he sprayed some mouse spray, something like that. I said, "Okay." He was real nervous. He went up to the girl, said hi, and he said, "Can I buy you a drink?" And then the girl freaked out and said, "Can you believe the guy said this stuff? He looks like she has shoes, she has what he's wearing and stuff." And then just faded out. That was a joke. Because some of the jokes are like the editing in this is all wrong. Because they'll be like there has to be like real snippets so you know when one joke scene ends, and another one begins. Some of them fade right out, or some of them fade out and they cut off some of the dialogue, and then some are like it's just made really poorly though. And then at the very end, they do it. There's still more stuff on the screen. They talk about something called Miller Time. Like the guys are wrapping up a movie, and then like said, whatever the guys have done, it's Miller Time. They brought this very beautiful woman, saying her name is Jolene Miller or something like that. Miller Time. So and then right after that, they have bloopers of like some of the opening sequence where like a guy comes out of the bathroom and he has a rabbit on a leash, and the rabbit's going all over the place. It's supposed to be funny. It wasn't funny at all. It showed like about a minute of that, but I mean, by that time the credits were rolling, so I was like, oh well, that's something to watch. Um, well, let me go through and tell you like the movies I know in this genre. Another genre I like is like stuff that happens in one night. Like a perfect example, I took my nephew movie date night with Steve Carell and uh, and Tina Fey. That movie is funny as hell. I love that movie. I mean, it was like they got involved in this whole big thing over one night. The only thing that wasn't funny was they were doing this dancing for in front of this guy that was supposed to be Hitman. That was lame. Aside from that, the movie was awesome. I saw it a few times. I like that stuff like that, movies like that. It was kind of weird because it's PG-13, and my nephew would get old enough where I took him a PG-13 with a couple of them. Well, my niece, I never took my niece to a PG-13 rated movie. Oh, no, we were going to see Jumper. She didn't want to see it. She started crying. Then Dad had to come and get her, but Jody had to come and get her. I was like, we're just gonna watch movies. Why are you crying for? I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it. You know? Or no, I mean, no, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. We are going to see a movie and she started crying. Why are you crying? Oh, this one boy doesn't like me. So why are you crying for? We're out having a good time. When my nephew would get mad, he get mad at me. I mean, I'm trying to take off for have fun, and then like he got so pissed off because what we would do is we'd go eat, and usually we would go around, check out like different places, um, in the mall and stuff, and we would eat. I mean, this is back when they had the Dollar Theater, and they used to have like you used to call it was not like this fandango crap where they hate. You call up and there'd be like a tape player playing, and they'd say like, "Hello, welcome to the theater. We're gonna have these movies playing," and they'd have like a list of movies that'd be like this, and I would write stuff down, right? The movie, the rating, and the times it would play, and it was like the Mill Creek Six. Would be six movies playing there, and I'd pick out like a G or PG rated movie usually, and then later on, I got a couple PG-13 rated movies for my nephew and me. That was it, and we would schedule stuff out. So I'd have a time schedule in my head, and we'd go, and usually we'd go to maybe like McDonald's or like Annie M's pretzel place for a little snack. And then when it was just me and my nephew, we'd go to Panda Express because my niece didn't want to go there. I only been to Panda Express once. I love the food. My niece, I love this food here. My niece didn't want to go there. And then there was a Dollar Tree there a dollar store there called Dollar Blitz, and they had a whole bunch of cool stuff. We'd go shopping in there, and then I remember my nephew loved Sour Patch Kids, and they had that big movie theater box Sour Patch Kids for $1. AJ, here you take to the theater. He goes, no, 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 I don't want it. No. He'd wave his hand, no, I don't want it. And then we go to the movie theater. And he asked me to buy him one for $5. I said no. He got pissed off at me. I told Jody what happened. She said, I don't blame him. You go get it for $1, then you want a $5 box, you know? Just like I never forget, like, um, we were at a family reunion and like it wasn't me. I was like Gary, his grandkids. You know, it was inside like this little I don't know, it's like a little club type stuff, and they had like boats and stuff because they had a pontoon boat, and a little clubhouse, and they had like family union in there. And I remember they had like free all the pop you could drink and stuff, and then the kids wanted Gary to buy him a pop for the vending machine. It's like, we got pop here. Why are you going for the vending? They were Foster sauce. And he got mad. He had bought a thing for the vending machine, but he was cheap anyways. But he rather have for the vending machine instead of from the cooler, which was very bizarre. But oh well. I remember we were doing family units for a while. Then like all they did was fight, 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 fight. Then I remember they were mad because I won a 50-50. I won like 30, $40, right? I was mad because Jason wins every time. Jason wins every time. I think I won it twice. They were mad at me for that. And well, usually they enjoyed having me there, but I mean, I think Gary and them were mad I won that twice. But then I mean, they won it one time, That's right after his mom passed. And he said like, "Oh, she's looking down. Dorsey's looking down on us and stuff like that." And then they got back because I won twice at me, or they looked down upon me for that. I would always bring in stuff. I'd bring in like fresh made coleslaw for the party. That was a big hit. It was just I don't know. It's just weird. And after 2008, we just stopped going to family reunions because they wanted you to pay $35 a piece, and then they had like this catering and stuff. And it was this guy's friend, so he was helping out his friend, right? And they hell was saying how bad the food was, and it was just all fighting and stuff. And last time I went to one was 2008, and then I know one relative wanted to go to this work to this Air Force base, and he said like everything's paid for and stuff. It's just like it's gonna be a thing. Just prepare to stay overnight, Just hook up, get a hotel room, stuff like that. And my dad didn't want to go. So I probably won't be able to go. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to get a room. He didn't want to do anything. So he didn't go. I mean, he just said every time like there would be fighting. My dad, this is my dad would say. He'd say, uh, they were so unhappy if you weren't hanging them, they complained about the rope. That's his big saying. But that's just the way things were back then. And then after, because 2008 was the one that, there was like a slideshow of photos I have that I put on my channel, and then someone says, "Don't why are you want any of the photos?" I don't know. I just wanted these photos. So, all right, 2008. Um, that was the last family reunion we had, and then that's what we went to. And then the next year, that one in Marquette, he said he wanted to host it there. The food would be great and everything like that. I was game to go. I didn't mind going, and Dad said, "Nope." Dad said, "I don't feel like I don't feel like staying overnight or staying in a room or stuff like that." I don't think he wanted to go or spend the money or whatever, you know. And after that, they said, well, they can't say, well, there's not going to be any more family reunions, and it hasn't been. I remember we went to some wedding anniversary with my Aunt Helen and them. I just went there. That was kind of like a reunion of sorts. But we don't do stuff like that anymore. No, family's too divided. It's just everybody goes their own way. I mean, you go there and all of it is just talking about football, baseball, football, baseball. That's it. You know, but people just went their own way. So it was because of me. I wasn't gonna say it's because of me because I just about people saying shit. I'm just talking about it now. It's all in the past, so it's all just fighting and stuff. I mean, they weren't, you know, like my one aunt, Dorothy and Uncle Way, they both passed away. They were never nice to my dad. And that was his sister, right? And like he had like this, they had a wedding anniversary, and it was going to be at the fire hall. And I said, okay, we'll go there. And she said, oh, just for immediate family. My dad said, okay, I guess we're not immediate family then, so we didn't go. And everyone else went. All the other family went. Aunt Jeannie told my dad, why didn't you go? And she said, well, just for me and family, she didn't want me to go. And then she said, well, I just think you didn't want to go. And then my dad got even more pissed off because people just assume bullshit about us. That's not true. Regardless of that, I mean, this was a long time ago. Saw water under the bridge. It's just tough to talk about. That's all. No, it's no big deal. But I just got off on a tangent. But I mean, I don't know. Everyone just went their own ways now. A lot of people have passed away in the Callan family. Aunt Ellen's like the main people. It was Uncle Wade who sadly passed away. Uh, Aunt Dorothy. My dad, Aunt Helen, and the other Uncle Ed. And Uncle Ed was like really. Uncle Ed was like. Uncle Ed was really super serious. He wasn't very approachable and stuff. He's the one guy that still kept in touch with me after Dad passed away. We talked. Then he passed away, and the only person left is Aunt Helen, and I haven't heard from her in a while. I assume she's doing okay. It was weird though because this one girl that we used to work with was very attractive, loved work. She was going out with one of the family members of there, and I guess he screwed up, and then they're not no longer seeing each other though. But I don't know how he got her though. And he was like really weird with women though. I remember like he at one time though, man, Helen, he was like doing that thing where like you I don't know, like you put your hand on the other person's hand and then you try to point and then you like slap him, try and then he's doing that with the girl. Like you don't do that with girls. And then like his one uncle said, "Oh, I'll show you," and then he did it with him. Now it's different though. He was trying to teach him a lesson though. It's just weird. But that's it. I mean, just a whole lot of crap happening. Um, just like I mean, we weren't that social though, and I know my grandmother's family weren't social at all. Well, I mean, we used to go to growing up. I mean, when my dad, his, I never met my dad's grandparents on my dad's side because she passed away. Then when he passed away, then like my one Uncle Ed, got into a car accident, and she passed away from that. And he never forgave himself for that. So I never met them, but I met, my other grandparents who on my mom's side. My one grandfather that was in World War II, helped liberate Auschwitz. My grandmother, and they both passed away. My grandfather 95 because my grandmother made him go wake up and make him shovel the porch. And then, like a few hours later, my grandma was still in bed, and she noticed he wasn't there, and then he was on the ground dead. You know, he passed away in 95, and my grandmother in 99. A few years later, but like I said, I never. My great grandmother. We used to go all the time to see my grandmother. Even in the army, even outside of the army, sometimes they come to see us. And we used to go to Punxsutawney to see my great grandmother. Back in the day, and then like I don't know after my grandparents passed away. I mean, we went to um. Wait a second, I got Steve. That didn't happen. I remember Aunt Dorothy, and Uncle Eddie, wanted my dad come over for lunch all the time. He's like, "Oh man, I don't have to make it eat free lunch." And they only went over there to get dirt off him, to ask him all these questions and stuff. And sometimes the meals were gross. Like they would do stuff like she said she lost a nail in the food. Like that grossed me out so much. I said, I don't eat this stuff. And I was like, I just make stuff at home. Sometimes the food wasn't very good, in my opinion. Um, and we goes to Aunt Helen's, but we haven't been over there. I mean, it's been such a long time. We just keep myself. I haven't seen my sister in a while either. I know John and I are supposed to hang out this weekend, and maybe I'll see my sister. Um, well, she's always working though. Then I thought we are gonna do something Sunday. She said, "I'm just gonna sleep in Sunday." It's okay, whatever. But I don't see a whole lot of people anymore. You know. That's okay. I have I think a few guys, and that's all. Well, I want to thank people who chopped in the chat like Miller and Dari and Tasty Peanut, and I hope you guys like. I like reviewing obscure movies, and Tubi TV is a great place for this. Let me talk about other movies like this. I got ahead of myself. Like I said, I knew about the very first one I knew about. Just like I'll never forget. I remember Jaws came out, but I don't remember seeing any commercials for Jaws. You know, when I was growing up, but I remember seeing the commercial for the very first Jaws ripoff. It wasn't Orca; it was called Jaws of Death. And it was weird though because there's a scene of this guy being attacked in the pool by a shark. It's like, how did a shark get in the pool? And I was like, started freaking out about sharks and stuff. 'Cause I love sharks, I still do. And it was the guy that was Richard Jacob. It's a very good movie. They had to change it from Jaws of Death because it's so close to Jaws to Mako the Jaws of Death or Mako the Jaws of Death or something. They had to put something else in there. These weren't Mako sharks. And it was about like this guy who had a bunch of sharks, owned sharks. He had like a um psychic connection with them. He could tell what they're thinking and he could control them with his mind. And there was this local bar that had like this display inside like a tank when this girl was in there. She'd be like a mermaid, right? And she'd be in a scuba gear. That's just like they had it in the Sea World, right? There was a display. There was this girl that said she's a mermaid, and she'd be in a swimsuit underwater in this tank, and you just wave high, and she'd blow you kisses and stuff. And I thought it was really cool. I mean, I was like a little kid. We used to go to SeaWorld all the time back in the day, and that was the SeaWorld in Sandusky, Ohio. And you know, they would have that there. And then what they did was they asked him, "Hey, can we borrow your sharks and stuff like that? It'll be cool for a display. We'll pay and stuff. It's okay." And I guess they're doing something where they put something in the fence. They put electric fence in there to shark the sharks and stuff. He found out about it. He took all of his sharks out of there, and then he plotted his revenge to get rid of those guys. And like that one sleazy guy, he was in his pool. They put sharks in the pool and they attacked him in there. That's a great movie. Had Richard Jaco and the guy who played Oddjob from Goldfinger. Goldfinger. Anyways, I remember that was a highlight commercial I remember seeing when I was a kid. And then, like I said, Kentucky Fried Movie. That scene where like guys doing the news, all of a sudden this ape busts out of the walls and stuff to get the guy. So man, I want to see this movie. It was rated R though. And I remember like renting that. We rented it. That was bad how dirty it was. There's two dirty scenes in it. Catholic high school girls in trouble. That's the one he seen. And then the one at the very end, but he didn't see that part. Um, that movie's hilarious though. If you like the humor for that, is funny. Like I said, my one friend said, "I'm never gonna watch something called Kentucky Fried Movie," but it was funny. Oh, I'll never forget. Like they're bitching about comedy. I remember renting Christmas Vacation. They're saying, "This is so stupid. It's so stupid." My friend liked it. Joe Scone liked it, and even Scone was laughing at. Naked Gun. He said, "I hate this kind of humor." And the part when he said "nice beaver" and Brian Beaver was like, "Oh my god," he was laughing though. Um. Anyways, Kentucky Fried Movie came out. I remember reading that, and I knew about the Groove Tube, but I didn't see the Groove Tube till later on in Germany. Now I'm getting ahead of myself. There was also a movie called when I was in Fort Detrick, Maryland. I rented a VCR. I didn't buy a VCR TV till I was in Germany, where they had like a loan program where you can loan up to $2,000. You borrow to that, and then you'd pay it back to the PX. It was just some one for like employees. I mean, soldiers coming to Germany. Some thing they offered there, right in the middle of the countryside. So I remember getting a TV and a VCR, and I bought like two DVDs. That'd be like the David Bowie Day In Day Out Sony LP had the commercial thing a day in day out, and then they had well, they had an uncut, and then they had Loving the Alien, and then they had like the extended disco mix of that song. I remember buying that in a movie called The Hand with Michael Caine. Um, and I know when I was in Fort Detrick, Maryland, I mean, no, Fort Gordon, Georgia, there was a movie called Prime Time, and it was about like what happens whenever like the census of America take a day off. What'll happen? And that movie is really fun. And the other guys, when I watched the other guys, they fucking hated it. I loved it. That didn't have a lot of stars in it either. Um, and it got low ratings, right? Prime time. I love the movie. 'Cause I saw it again on on YouTube. I was gonna dad. I started watching Dad. He fell asleep and said, "You want to watch the rest of it? It's really good." He said, "Nope." He had Fred Dreyer in it before he got famous for Hunter. But he still knows the football player. See, like I said, this got oh yeah 4.9, but it's a really good movie. Some unknown source has interrupted all television transmissions around the world in place of the regular broadcast lineup of extremely tasteless programs and commercials that have been substituted. Included in the mix are such shows as Shitheads, Charles Whitman Invitational, and commercials for a number of improbable products. Let's check out the cast. Like I said, I'm saying today what I know. Twink Kaplan, I never heard of that. Joanna Cassidy, maybe I heard her. Um, D. Cooper. Well, let me look at the full cast and crew. I mean, a lot of people like that was a good thing about IMPS is they had like a bunch of recognizable faces, but most of the other movies did not. Let's see. Well, Albert. Yeah, a lot of people I never heard of before. Yeah, Fred Dreyer from Hunter. I knew him. Let's see. Stephen First was in. Okay, I know him. He was in a whole bunch of movies. Kiki Friedman was in. I know them. I mean, a lot of people I didn't know. Let me check out. I know people I didn't know from Kentucky Fried Movie for the most part. Warren Oates is in it. Okay, that was cool. See anyone else? I said Harry Shearer was okay. Harry Shearer was in it. Okay, and that's about it. I mean, but I mean they had a ton of people in this movie, so that was cool. Uh, Let me see. From that, I've never seen that one. I liked it. I mean, usually I would just go to the movie theater. I had the VCR just for like 2 weeks. I rented it there and I took it back. Um, I had a TV for like a month. The VCR, no, the VCR for 10 days. The TV for a month. It was a small TV. After that, I just went to the movie theater. I didn't rent anything else. I remember renting like one or two things for the other VCR in the day room. Let me see what else was there. Now, while I was in Germany, I saw a whole bunch of movies like that I didn't know existed. Well, first of all, I saw the Groove Tube, which I had to rent it from the library. And I love the Groove Tube. It's really good. Like it's like an hour long. That's one of the more recognizable ones. Let me see. I can't remember what all actors. I know Chevy Chase is in it. Yeah, just you, just me, Ken Shapiro, Richard Belzer's in it. They got 5.8. It's much better than that. They're crazy. It's really good though. You know. Let me see who all's in it. I know Chevy Chase and Richard Belzer. Ken Shapiro, that sounds familiar. That's like a full cast and crew. I mean, but it made money though. It's rated R, but it pretty could have got an X rating though. Let me see. Where's the box office for it? I know it made money. Huh. Was it on to something else? I know it was a hit movie. Hi, JoJo. Yeah, his birthday was yesterday, JoJo. Like I said, I remember like oh Groove Tube, and like Chevy Chase's first movie, I think. Before, like a year or so before Saturday Night Live. Oh, there's a movie called Loose Shoes. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Um, in Germany, I saw a lot of those movies. American Tickler with Joe Piscopo, the Chuck Vincent movie. The Chuck Vincent used to direct porno movies. He made a movie called Preppies for uh, Playboy Channel. A movie called Preppies. I'd love to see it. I have to look for it though. I do want to see that one. Chuck Vincent. Well, let me look up that one. I know Joe Piscopo's in that one. I don't know if anyone else famous is in it. I keep wanting to say Danny DeVito, but he ain't in that. Okay, I mean, I found all these things just by accident, you know. I only knew a couple. Yeah, right here, 1977. And they used to be popular though, you know. Uh, Joe Piscopo, right? Let's see. That might have been it for famous actors in that one. Oh, Louis DeJesus is in it from Bloodsucking Freaks. That was the one who played Ralphus in that movie. That little short guy. I liked it though. I mean, most people probably won't like it. I mean, I thought it was much better than the other two movies I was talking about, like A Viewer Discretion Advice or Imps. It was a little bit better. That movie's only like 70, 77 minutes. Uh, there was a movie called 6 O'Clock News that I saw that had Wayne Knight in another Wayne Knight movie that I thought was really funny. I remember seeing it with some of the guys. That was like just a thing of the 6 o'clock news, like 90 minutes. I remember that was a good movie. I found out just by accident in this one rental place in Germany. Um, Video Vixens, like it had the first porno movie awards. I wonder how that did. So see, American Tickler got 1 point less than Imps. I thought it was way better than Imps. You know, well, a little bit better, not a whole lot better. Let me look up Video Vixens. That was another trauma movie. A viewer discretion advised that Video Vixens is both trauma. Video Vixens is really good. It was like a big thing about yeah, 1974. Colonel Buck Flowers in it on. I only got 4.3, but it's really good. Yeah, brash and crazed cigar chopping network TV executive Clifford Bradley decides to push the boundaries of good taste and moral decency by broadcasting an extremely bawdy and explicit stag movie award show, playing with an equally racy commercial on live TV. Bradley forces uptight film critic Gordon to host this filthy event. That movie's funny. I don't think, except for Colonel Buck Flower, um, that was the only one I knew who was in the movie. You know, but it's really good. That's a good one. And I remember Fort Bragg. Oh yeah, Fort Bragg. Kind of left Germany. The Fort Bragg was a movie called Loose Shoes, which was like a combination of like um movie trailers and stuff that had Bill Murray in it. I don't know if there's anyone else famous that movie. A lot of people criticize this movie too. I thought it was funny. And it had like a musical number of like an old like old spiritual like, and the guy says lose pussy tight shoes and a wool place to shit. Buy pussy two shoes and a wool place to shit. That was really catchy though. That got 4.5. I liked it. Like it said, movie trailer parodies mock various genres and figures through fake previews, including the Howard Hughes story, Skateboards from Hell, and spoofs the Woody Allen, Chaplin, and war films. You know, let's see who else they had it here. Then Royce the Apple. Oh, I know him. Royce the Applegate. He's like in those country bumpkin type thing. He did it. Uh, I know Bill Murray's in it. You know, maybe he get one. He didn't get his credit taken off of it though, but he's in the movie. What, he wanted his credit taken off of it? I don't know. The people criticizing it though. Oh, Bill Murray got top billing on movie posters and home video and DVD covers. You know, he's only appears in one segment. Yeah, yeah. But he was in that though. I mean, I thought the movie was good. It was really weird because it was from this one movie rental place that didn't exist that much. They were renting movies two for $1, so I had to rent it. You know, I found out about that just by accident though, because I looked for stuff. Um, I'm trying to think. There was a video called that Charles Band did called "The Best of Sex and Violence," and it had a trailer for a movie called Tunnel Vision, right, with Howard Hessman and stuff, and that was directed by Neil Israel and Pat Proft. Yeah, I guess that Wizard Video had access to it. I read it off MPI though, you know. I wanted to see it. It was like one of those TV movies once again. That was the one that had like the eyeball in the mouth that I remember used for an avatar a long time ago. That was really good. I liked that movie a lot. That was like 70 minutes. That was one of the better ones. It had Benny Thomas topless in it. Joe Flaherty. There's a scene where they fart and that fart is cut out. And there's like I think I see one cut of the movie where the fart's in there intact. I don't know why the fart is cut out of that movie though. No idea. And it had Joe Flaherty in it. Let me see who else is in television. But those are like the main ones I've seen. They don't make a ton of these movies anymore. And then I saw years later, I saw that viewer discretion advice from Troma, which is like painfully long and not funny at all. And like I said, that's even a little bit worse than IMPS because IMPS is like a horrible title, anyways. You know, they should say video TV show this or something. You know, but IMPS just sounds like a ripoff of old Gremlins movie. Let me see. Let's look up television. The television. Oh, an Americathon too. Yes, I know. Another one I saw as a late night movie was Americathon, right? And this was a real cheap movie from Neil Israel and Pat Proft too, with John Ritter. It's like the United States had run out of money, so they're gonna make a whole a telethon to raise money for America. They have raised so much money, or America's gonna go bankrupt. Yeah, a whole bunch of people. Meatloaf was in it. John Ritter, Meatloaf, uh, shit. Oh, Jay Leno. Jay Leno, the early movie performance. Yeah, I liked American Thought. Boy, people hated that one too. Let me find where the hell's that? Television. Yeah, they want to have the picture of a TV on the top of a toilet. They got like a 5, so I think the movie's good. Who's in this one? This is Neil Ezra and who directed it, along with Bradley R. Swarnoff. Howard Hessman's in it. Like I said, Ron Silver's in it. Garrett Graham's in it. Rick Hurst is in it. Like I said, Joe Flaherty, Benny Thomas. You know, I think Lorraine Newman's in a small part in it too. I mean, it was just weird though because I was in for Wither Home Video, though I never saw it on there. I don't know why the fart is cut out of that movie. 20th Century Oz. What's this? I can check that out in a second. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, announcer Dick Truffield. Oh, the voice of the robot. Oh, cool. Yeah, they had like the guy who used to do the voice from ABC. That was the guy who did the narration of that movie. Oh, okay. Oh, I wonder if they cut that out. I don't know. That's the section about yep. Let me check something out. 'Cause I can't remember the name of that guy who did like Dick Turfield. Is that the guy who did ABC? Did not for ABC? Out of here. Oh, I don't want that. Oh, I don't want that. I hit the wrong button. Dick Turfield, right there. Yeah, that's what I want. Oh wow. Well, it's the same guy. Yeah, Nick Energy. Yeah. Well, let's see. Lost Space. Let me see the. Okay, let me see. I don't know if that same guy did a narration though. Oh shit! Damn it! Let me see something. I know I'm all over the place. It's okay. Try to get a little bit of sleep when I get tired again. Let's see, Lost in Space. Let's see. I'm just in my own thoughts right now. 1966. I love. I used to watch Lost Space at my grandmother's place. That was the only place they would rerun it though. Scene one intro. Okay, let's do scene one intro. I love Lost in Space though. When I was a kid. It was a good show. Billy movie. Okay. All right. That was a fun show. Huh. Let me see. What was the ABC announcer for the '80s though? That's what I want to know. Announced for ABC. That's the guy who did the announcing on television. The '80s. That's who did it. 'Cause I remember the voice. Ernie Anderson. Okay. Ernie Anderson. Is that him? Let me hear it. Well, let's hear him talk. Yeah, that's the guy. Well, let me hear it. Some Ernie Anderson. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Ernie Anderson. Yep, that's him. That's him. That was the guy who's the voice in television. Boy, I had a hard time finding that. That was the one. That was it. I don't want to leave the site. Hold on. There we go. So I kicked myself off. It was Ernie Anderson. Let me make sure. Ernie Anderson, I think, the voice of ABC. That was his name. He did a lot of the stuff in television. That was the guy. Yeah, I kept screwing that up. I knew it. Yeah, voice of ABC. That's him. I don't know why the hell they didn't list him in the credits for television. Let's see. Go television. Okay, let's look. I don't think. I mean, he was the main part of that movie, though. He the guy did most of the narration in it. You know, television. Yeah, television. Why would he? I mean, I don't think he was listed in there. He was like the main guys. He did get. Oh, he okay. There he is, right there. Quaid O'Neill. Okay, but he wasn't listed as the announcer though, or the narrator though, which was weird. All right, I guess that's it. I'll tell him happy. I'll tell Miller said happy birthday. Let me see. Let me see what he told me. Post for Jedi. Okay. It's like, okay, hold on. Oh, really? I kicked off a second time. Oh, I'll I'm just gonna end it right now. I took myself off twice. I'll tell Bill he says happy birthday. That freaked me out because he said he met George said at Denny's. I thought it really was him, and it wasn't him. Kind of looked like him though, but it wasn't him. Well, I guess that's it, everybody. I'll be like just movie review that was all over the place. I had to show Dari that thing. Oh, Jody, you're right. Are you still there, Jody? You're right. You're absolutely right about something. Not that I said you're wrong. Well, let me find it. If you're still there, let me know. Let's see how I find it. Oh man, yeah, this is crazy. And this is the thing right here, JoJo. I'll show it to you. All right, you still there, Jody? Shit. Damn, why did it take so long? I don't know if she's still there. You're right about something. Why did that Liam Lunchpart do some of the grossest things? I don't know. He's not funny. I might be sick. Oh, hold on. Hold on. You were right about something, JoJo. I want to prove it to you. You the proof thing pop back up. I want to show you, JoJo. See if she's still over there. Yeah, let me know when you come back over, JoJo. I want to show you something. You're right about something. Let's see, hit this. I gotta show you guys something. If you might have missed at the beginning of the stream, Dari was here and I showed Dari something. Oh shit, where you at? Yeah, yes, please, yes, please. Go back and share this. Okay, here you go. Hold on, wait for her to step back. Yeah, I just want to show her this. This is outrageous, though. Oh, you're there? Okay. Jojo, check this out. You're right. Remember that thing I told you about Spinal Tap hooking up with Liquid Death? Check this out. Here's that thing they had. This is an 11 pack right here of Liquid Death. It's just their mountain water. Okay, Liquid Death now goes to 11 because of 11 in the case. It's at 12. The insanely limited collection is has 11, all 11 cans signed by David S. Hubbins, Nigel Tufnell, and Derek Smalls themselves. There's only 11 in existence. Get yours before you spontaneously combust. I said, no one's going to buy this. It's already sold out. $1,100, which is outrageous. It's insane. So you're right about that, JoJo. What do you think? I had to show you that. Did you see it? Let me make something to eat when I get up. Okay. Yeah, I can't believe they. I can't believe it though. How? Yeah, I can't believe that sold out though. That's insane though. I mean, who would pay $1,100? I like Spinal Tap just like anyone else. I ain't paying $1,100 for that. That's stupid. I mean, God, I mean, where's the money going to? That's insane, though. If it was for charity or something like that, it'd be different, but I don't think it's going for anything. Or they're selling like vending machines for like $6,000, you know? Stock, well, I mean, you have to stock them yourselves. And liquid death is expensive enough as it is. You know, that's insane, JoJo. Oh, so I guess that's it. Um, yeah. Yeah, I don't, well, I'm not buying that. That's outrageous. I might be cheap, but I ain't buying that. That's dumb. I wouldn't even buy it. I mean, I talked to Sherry, ukulele Sherry. I mean, and she said even if she won the lottery, she wouldn't buy that. I told Dari. Dari says Dari freaked out about it too. Yeah, she said that's obscene. She said, "Holy crow, $1,100 does contain narcotics, and that's obscene." And then she didn't know about 11 pack. Could they spare the 12th? No, because they go to 11. That's the deal with that one. Yeah. Yeah, the Nora Minority 1983. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, but that's what happened, JoJo. So, like I said, I was going to do this live earlier. I kept falling asleep during the movie because it was kind of boring. I mean, it was nice seeing like the actors, actresses, you know. But I mean, it just wasn't. I mean, it was better than viewer discretion is advised. That was like really tough to sit through. I tried to watch it the second time, and no way. I think I might be able to see this a second time, maybe. But American Tickler, I've ever seen that a couple times. I like that movie, but I mean, it's probably about as bad as this one is. You know, that might even be. I don't know. I still liked it though for what it was. But I mean, everybody's trying to get a whole like big thing about these skit movies. I mean, they're not in fashion. Oh, I forgot Amazon Women on the Moon. How could I forget that one? That's a great movie. Amazon Women on the Moon. That's a really good one. Um, wow. Let me see how much. Let's see if I can find out how much Kentucky Fried Movie and Groove Tube made. I know Amazon Women on the Moon was a flop. Cisco and Ebert hated that movie. See the Groove Tube on. I know Groove Tube made money. You know, it was very cheaply made. You check Wikipedia. They might have had the outcome of that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, check this out. The budget for that was only 200,000. Made $9.4 million. You can't beat that. I think Kentucky Fried Movie was like that too. Look up Kentucky Fried Movie. Move on up. That's how I found out about that Curtis Mayfield song. Kentucky Fried Movie. Here we go. Movie. Which is a huge favorite of mine. Okay, Kentucky Fried Movie made a ton of money too. Yeah. Well, I made a budget of $650,000. Made 7.1 million. Made less than Groove Tube though. Let's see if they have the tunnel vision. I mean, Amazon Win on the Moon, I think, flopped, though. Because now they spent a lot more money on that one. And then look up tunnel vision. I think they have those ones on here. Some of those other ones probably don't have the budgets on here. I'll look them up, though. Yeah, Amazon Win on the Moon. Yeah, that the budget was $5 million. Only made 5,480. Only made like a little over $500,000. That was it. But I mean, I don't think they got promoted in theaters though. Cause I remember Cisco and Eva reviewed it though. I wanted to see it. I didn't see it until I was in Germany. Let me see if I have tunnel vision. See how much that made? Somebody that probably won't be on here. Oh, television. No, the movie. Damn it. Tunnel Vision. How about the movie? I love the title. That's my favorite title, though. Yeah, 1976. It made 4.5 million, almost 4.5 million. The budget was low on that one. And only 68 minutes. Let's see. Let's see Americathon. I don't know if that made money or not. Because they had like Meatloaf in it and John Ritter. That's what the same people. Neil Israel again. Oh, it made money. The budget was $2,200,000. Made $6,171,000. Let's talk about prime time. That might not have the made in here. Prime time, 1977. Ooh, I don't know if that's in here. Prime time movie. Oh, let's say prime time movie. Let's say prime time movie. 1977. It had damn it. It's not in here. Let's look up Fred Hunter. A football player. Well, let's look up the TV show Hunter. Hunter TV show. That might be on here. Let's see. Hunter TV show. Why is it so tough to find this though? Oh, Fred Dryer, that's his name. The football guy. Here we go. Acting career. Okay, here we go. Where's the movies at? They won't have it here? Oh man, it's out of here? Oh well. Well, that movie didn't do very well either. See if I can find well, let's look up American Tickler, see if that's here. And look up IMPS too. I'm kind of curious about that one too. Cause it did get released. Man, 1983 didn't get released till 2000 2009. Damn it. Chuck, okay, let's see, Chuck Vincent. Yeah, Chuck Vincent, how about that? See if that'll be in here. Chuck Vincent, director, there we go. He did Hollywood Hot Tubs too. Yeah, okay, man, very not listed here, okay. Preppies, I want to see Preppies. That's the one I want to see from, it's like, it's in a sex comedy. I'd love to see that movie. Let me see if I can, if it's on anywhere else. It said it was made for the Playboy on the Playboy channel. It played for a little bit, you know. Let me see. Let me see if I can find that. And then I'm gonna stop sharing that. I shared it enough. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Okay. You're right. That's fine, Jojo. Let me look up one last thing I'm gonna take off. Shit, no, what was I going to look for now? God damn it. Oh, Preppies on, because this was I had a hell of a time finding Preppies. It was a 1984 movie. I remember it played at, the Playboy Channel made it. It was in, it was in Cinema World for a little while. It's only on Amazon. That sucks. Three sexy young women are hired to ensure that three college students don't pass their final exams, which would preclude one of them from inheriting a family fortune. See if there's anyone I know in here. Let's see, Dennis Drake. No. But I mean, it played at the theater, though. I remember that. Jerry Butler. Oh, that's a porn star, Jerry Butler. Okay. Know him. The movie was exclusively made for Playboy Channel, but garnered a straight-to-home video tape release as well around the world. It played in the theaters, so I remember that. I'd like to see it, though. That's all right. I guess that's it. I mean, I thought that would be on on Tubi. Let's see if it's on Tubi. It has to be on Tubi because Tubi has everything. Because that's one I've been wanting to see for a long time. I couldn't find it anywhere. I don't have Amazon right now, so let's see. Preppies. Well, they call My Name is Bruce. That might be good to watch too. I think I saw it. I can't remember if I did or not. No, they don't have Preppies. Huh. Oh, well, they have the Preppy Murder. The World's the Boys are in 1984. That's yeah. Zombies for prepping for the apocalypse. What's this? Is it a TV show? Oh, cool. Huh. That's pretty cool. Um, let me see. Okay, let me stop this. People. Okay, I think that's it. I want to thank everybody who was in here: JoJo, Miller, Dari, and Tasty Peanut, and thank you for keeping me company. Just in the chat, non panel, but it's okay. I know it's late. I want to talk about the whole thing with Spinal Tap Liquid Death. That's outrageous, but I mean, if it's sold out, that's fine. I mean, Florida. What's that said? Florida's money is soon parted. But I mean, I want to get that. It's insane. So I hope you like this video. Bye. Till next time, please take care of Legion. All right. Let me see. 205, 205.25. Okay, here we go. All right. Good night. Bye. Good night.